So hello class 7 students, welcome back again. So today we will start from the food pipe or the oesophagus, which is the second compartment of the human digestive system. So let's begin then. So the oesophagus or the food pipe is a tube, or we can say that it is a pipe from the name of food pipe only, which connects the mouth or buccal cavity to the stomach. So as you can see here in this figure of the human digestive system, it connects the food pipe or say the oesophagus connects from the mouth or the buccal cavity to the stomach. Okay, it connects the buccal cavity and the stomach. Okay. Also, it runs along the neck and the chest. Okay, it runs along the neck. Here you can see it runs along the neck and the chest, the food pipe. Okay. Now, the oesophagus or say the food pipe carries the slightly digested food from the mouth to the stomach. It carries the slightly digested food from the mouth to the stomach. Okay. Now, this movement of the food from the mouth down through the oesophagus is by a series of contraction and relaxation movement of the oesophagus, and this series of contraction and relaxation is known as peristalsis. What is it? It is what? Peristalsis. Peristalsis is the series of contraction and relaxation movement of the walls of the oesophagus or the food pipe. So how this happens, you see, when the food enters the oesophagus at the top end, the muscles in the walls of oesophagus start alternate contractions and relaxations, producing a wave-like movement which pushes the food downwards towards the stomach. Here. Okay. Here, when the food enters the oesophagus at the top end, the muscles which are present in the food pipe or the oesophagus, okay, the muscles in the walls of the oesophagus, they will start contracting and relaxing. The muscles will contract and relax alternately so as to produce a wave-like movement. So as to produce what? A wave-like movement. Wave-like movement which pushes, wave-like movement of what? Wave-like movement of the walls of the food pipe, which pushes this food down, downwards towards the stomach. Okay, which pushes this food downwards towards the stomach. Okay. So this movement of contraction and relaxation of the walls of the oesophagus or food pipe is only known as peristalsis. Okay, so here you can see what is written. Food is pushed down by movement of the wall of the food pipe. Okay, and actually this movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal and pushes the food downward. At times the food is not accepted by our stomach and is vomited out, and sometimes it happens during vomiting the food is not accepted by the stomach, so we need to vomit it. Okay, so we have to vomit it, and during vomiting the food moves in the opposite direction. Okay, the food moves in the opposite direction during vomiting. So that process is known as antiperistalsis. That process is actually known as what? Antiperistalsis. Peristalsis. So here, yes, during vomiting the food is not accepted by the stomach, so the food will be moved in the opposite direction. Okay, and that movement will be known as what? Antiperistalsis. Okay. Okay, the next compartment of the human digestive system after oesophagus is the stomach. So let us see what happens actually in the stomach. So the stomach is a thick walled bag present on the left side of the abdomen, and it is the widest part of the alimentary canal. And the food from the oesophagus gets into the stomach. Okay, the oesophagus brings the slightly digested food or partially digested food from the mouth into the stomach. Okay, and here in the stomach the food is further digested. Okay, for about 3 hours the food is churned inside the stomach. Okay, and during this time the food breaks down into smaller pieces, and after that it will make a semi solid paste of the stomach of the food. Okay, the stomach makes the semi solid paste of the smaller pieces of the food. So as you can see what is written here, the stomach is a thick walled bag. Its shape is like a flattened J, and it is the widest part of the alimentary canal. It receives food from the food pipe at one end and opens into the small intestine at the other end. Okay, in this diagram, yes, here. So from the mouth, or say from the buccal cavity, the food gets into the food pipe, and then it goes to the stomach. It goes to the stomach over here. Okay, and after the stomach, the next compartment is what? Small intestine. Okay, and from the other end of the stomach, the food enters via the this small intestine. Okay, here, yes. Now there are some secretions of the stomach. That is, the stomach secretes, the inner lining of the stomach secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid, and some digestive juices. So each of these has a role in the stomach. So what are the role of the mucus? First of all, let us consider what is the role of mucus in our stomach. You see, the mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach. Okay, the mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from its own secretion of hydrochloric acid. Okay, you see here, the stomach releases or secretes hydrochloric acid, right? So hydrochloric acid, from the name only you can identify that it is an acid which can be harmful for the harmful for the stomach. The acid can be harmful for the stomach. So this mucus will protect the stomach from the hydrochloric acid only. Okay, this mucus helps to protect the inner lining of the stomach from hydrochloric acid. Now what is the role next? What is the role of the hydrochloric acid? You see, the acid kills many bacteria that enter along with the food. Okay, that enter along with the food and makes the medium in the stomach acidic and helps the digestive juices to act. Okay, that means if any bacteria or if some bacteria enters the stomach with the food, then this hydrochloric acid will kill those bacteria and it will make the medium of the stomach acidic. Okay, and this acidic medium will help the digestive juices so as to act on the proteins in the stomach. Okay, the digestive juices secreted by the stomach, that means the digestive juices secreted by the stomach break down the proteins present in our food into simpler substances. It will help to break down the proteins which is present in the food into simpler substances. Okay, so this all happens in the acidic medium of the stomach, which is released by the stomach only in the form of hydrochloric acid. So the partially digested food then goes from the stomach into what? The small intestine. Okay, the further digestion of the food now takes place in the small intestine. The next compartment is what? The small intestine. Okay. So before discussing about small intestine, let us see a brief history about the discovery of stomach. So here you see a paragraph is given in page number 16 of your book. What is written here? You see the working of the stomach was discovered by a strange accident. In 1822, a man named Alexis Martin was badly hit by a shotgun. So this man was hit by a shotgun, and the bullet made a hole in his stomach over here. Okay, so the bullet had seriously damaged the chest wall and made a hole in his stomach, and he was brought to an American army doctor, William Beaumont, and the doctor saved the patient, but he could not close the hole properly and left it bandaged. Okay, he saved the patient, but he could not close the hole. Okay, he could not close the hole properly, and he left this injury or this hole bandaged. He made a bandage but just left it, and Beaumont took it as a great opportunity to see the inside of the stomach through the hole. Okay, he saw whatever is happening over the stomach, he saw through this hole only, and he made some wonderful observations. What were the observations? You see below, it is given to you. So Beaumont found that the stomach was churning food. Okay, he observed that the stomach was churning the food, and the walls secreted a fluid which could digest the food. He also observed the digestive juices which could digest the food partially. Okay, and he also observed that the end of the stomach opens into the small intestine only after the digestion of the food inside the stomach is completed. So after that, what he saw, that the other end of the stomach is connected to the small intestine, and the digested food, partially digested food after completion in the stomach, okay, the digested food, the working of the digestion process in the stomach, if it is completed, then the food goes to the small intestine. Okay, these things he observed, these observations he made by looking at Alexis Martin stomach. Okay, so this is how the stomach was discovered by him. So okay, next topic is about the small intestine, and we will continue in the next video. So that's all for today.